at Metro Pont Marais on line 7, and this is where we are starting our new discovery stroll. Today we are visiting Le Marais, and especially the oldest part of Le Marais. I hope you will enjoy it.
Le Marais is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Paris, and it is also the gay district and the Jewish district of Paris. One of the most fashionable areas of the city, known for its art galleries, upscale restaurants and museums, it is also home to many buildings of historical and architectural importance. And that's what we are going to see today, through 20 Marais must-sees. There are many memorials in Paris. This one reminds us of the French soldiers who fought and died during the Korean War. The Memorial de la Shoah is the Holocaust Museum in Paris. The memorial is in this neighborhood because Le Marais had a large Jewish population at the beginning of World War II. In fact, all the Jewish children from the school across the street were deported to Auschwitz. The street is called today Allée of the Righteous Among the Nations because in front of the school, on the Holocaust Memorial, was erected in 2014 the Wall of Righteous, with the names of 3,300 people, either French or acting in France, who have been awarded this title by the Museum Memorial of Yad Vashem in Jerusalem. The medieval houses at 11 and 13 Rue Miron are among the oldest in Paris, dating from the 14th century. A little further down the street is the superb Hôtel de Beauvais, today the seat of the Administrative Court of Appeal of Paris. Hôtel de Beauvais's facade is in the French Baroque style, common to these private large townhouses, hôtels particuliers, built in the 17th century. A strict symmetry is created using false walls and windows. A lycée is the French equivalent of the 10th to 12th grade in US high school, but the Lycée Charlemagne also includes a collège or junior high school. The Lycée Charlemagne was built just against the old wall of the city of Paris from the 12th century. The Village Saint-Paul is a micro-neighborhood that had become totally unhealthy. It was renovated in the 1970s and several buildings were demolished to free up 6 courtyards connected by a public pedestrian path with many shops and restaurants. Many trees have been planted and it is very pleasant to walk there. Église Saint-Paul-Saint-Louis is a church built in the 17th on Rue Saint-Antoine. It was the first church in Paris to break away entirely from the Gothic style and to use the new Baroque style of the Jesuits, and it had an important influence on Parisian religious architecture. The interior design was largely inspired by the Church of the Gesù in Rome. Christ in the Garden of Olives by Eugène Delacroix. further down the road is the magnificent Hôtel de Sully. For me, one of the most beautiful hôtels particuliers built in Paris, the Hôtel de Sully is a perfect way to reach the Place des Vosges. Built at the beginning of the 17th century, it is nowadays the seat of the Centre des Monuments Nationaux, the French national organization responsible for national heritage sites. The passage at the bottom of the garden leads directly to the Place des Vosges. Place des Vosges is the oldest square in Paris. It is also, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful of the City of Light, along with Place de l'Opéra and Place de la Concorde. At the southeast corner of the square, you can visit Victor Hugo's house. On sunny days, the lawns are invaded by Parisians and tourists coming to enjoy the sun. It was named Place Royale until the French Revolution and was renamed Place des Vosges in 1799 when the Département of Vosges became the first to pay taxes supporting a campaign of the Revolutionary Army. But you still have a statue of King Louis XIII at the center of the square. At Carette, the restaurant under the arcades to the north of the square, you can get some of the best macarons in Paris, as I showed in the video at the top right. Or you can get a nice ice cream at Amorino, a few meters from the Place des Vosges. This is Saint Paul Saint Louis Church we visited earlier on. Let's now visit Musée Carnavalet, which is dedicated to the history of the city. It's a very interesting museum, and it's free. The first part is about shopping in Paris history. Then, on the ground floor and the basement, we move on to the origins of Paris. The building, an historic hôtel particulier from the 16th century, contains furnished rooms from different periods of Paris history. There is also a very pleasant outdoor restaurant in one of the courtyards. One of the great things in Le Marais is that there are plenty of tree-lined and flowery gardens where you can rest in the middle of a walk. This is the back garden and the Hôtel Particulier where the Musée Cognacq-Jay about the 18th century is set. We will talk about it later. This medieval-looking house is the Hôtel de Lamoignon, a late 16th century Hôtel Particulier. It is the best preserved house from this period in Paris. Since 1969, it is the home of the Historical Library of the city of Paris. Another beautiful Hôtel Particulier, the Hôtel d'Albret. The building on the street is Rococo style. The building, purchased in 1975 by the city of Paris and restored in 1989, has been the headquarters of the Department of Cultural Affairs ever since. What a pleasure to be a civil servant and to work in such a setting. We are now in front of the free entry Musée Cognacq-Jay. The museum contains an exceptional collection of fine art and decorative items with an emphasis on 18th century, with paintings by Canaletto, Fragonard, Rembrandt, Cézanne and also Degas. And a few hundred meters away is the Musée Picasso. I'm not a big fan of the Spanish artist, so I did not visit the museum, but it is said to be very worth the visit if you like his paintings and sculptures. It is also set in a very nice Hôtel Particulier, the Hôtel Salé, the largest in Le Marais. This is the other side of the Hôtel Salé and the public garden attached to it. The last museum we will visit today is the Musée des Archives Nationales, or National Archive Museum. Also with a free entry, the museum is installed in the superb Hôtel de Sully. The museum features exhibitions drawn from the collections of the government archives and aims to provide document-based perspective on France's history and the evolution of French society. If the outside walls are in Baroque style, the interior rooms are in Rococo style. The collection has objects dating back from the 1st century Anno Domini. If the cour d'honneur, surrounded by a peristyle of 56 twinned columns, looks very classic and a little bombastic, the garden of the Hôtel de Soubise is very pleasant and bucolic. Though it looks very different, this is the old entry to the Hôtel de Soubise. A little further up the street is the Hunting Museum. When you see the Space Invader, turn right. And then left. Here is the side entrance to the Marché des Enfants Rouges, Red Children Market. The Marché des Enfants Rouges is the oldest covered market in Paris. It was established in 1628. We finished this stroll in front of the City Town Hall for the 3rd Arrondissement of Paris. I hope you liked it. If so, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. There are more neighborhood discoveries to come soon.